Ladies and gentlemen, in international news, Kim Jong-un, after shedding tears for his own soldiers who were brought down by NATO in the Russian region of Kursk, after seriously mourning his fallen fighters, Kim Jong-un made a decision. A decision that is unsettling in the West at a time when America has just stopped delivering and selling weapons to Ukraine. Kim Jong-un no longer wants to beat around the bush. Russian territory is being attacked deep within its borders. Strikes are taking place deep inside. Article 4 of the strategic pact binding the two states, fueled by Kim Jong-un's spirit of vengeance, must therefore, these two elements combined must now be put into action. This is what leads Kim Jong-un to decide to send 30,000 soldiers to the field in Ukraine. This time, they won't be on Russian territory. They will go to Ukraine. Yes, and the information comes from the Ukrainian media outlet Kiev Independent, which reported it. But what exactly does this involve? 30,000 men, that is, for the first time, it was 6,000. North Korea considers that to be too few. This time it's 30,000. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video conference, this is the news we are going to discuss. But before we continue, I humbly ask you to share this video conference and share it as widely as possible in all the groups you can. And above all, let me remind everyone who hasn't yet downloaded the Moyen Express app to go ahead and download it. It's for Africa. Yes, it's the major Pan-African e-commerce platform. And the vision is to replace Amazon. So go ahead and download the app. And for everyone who sells, no matter what kind of products you sell, Moyen Express can sell them online for you. Creating your online store is free. So contact the number shown here. Take down this number. Yes, that number, write it down. Send a message via WhatsApp. They will guide you. The representatives of Moyen Express will get in touch with you. If you're a young person, you have a motorcycle, you have a bicycle, you need money, and you want to be part of the Moyen Express delivery service wherever you are in Africa, take this number and send a message. I want to be a delivery person for Moyen Express. That's it. Now, let's continue. According to official information, North Korea will send up to 30,000 additional soldiers to support Russia's war against Ukraine. This information was relayed by the Kiev Independent, but it was reported by the American media outlet CNN. So new units could arrive in the coming months and may be deployed and may be engaged in combats in territories occupied by Russia. So it won't be in Ukraine. There needs to be a limit so that Ukraine doesn't say that Russia, or at least North Korea, has declared war on it. A boundary must be set. It will be on Ukrainian territory, but not in areas that currently belong to Ukraine, territories that have come under Russian control, territories that are occupied by Russia. They will be there to defend while the others act as spearheads. The Russian army is the spearhead, clearing the way. As soon as they finish, the Korean army comes to secure Russian territory. I'm telling you, things are going to heat up. It's certain. We can see things are about to get intense now. And for now, North Korea hasn't confirmed yet. But if this information turns out to be true, if it's confirmed, it means that Russia is moving to another level, a level never seen before. Because we are at the point where there is a shortage of ammunition on the Ukrainian side, a shortage of soldiers, a shortage of air defense systems. And the worst part is that yesterday, the 1st of July, 2025, we learned that Washington announced it will stop deliveries. And even Donald Trump refuses to sell weapons to Ukraine. So that means Ukraine's capitulation is not far off. So according to the information, it will be possible for them to be involved in fighting in Ukrainian territories occupied by Russia, especially during large-scale offensive operations. This is according to an assessment by the Ukrainian Military Intelligence Service, WHO, as reported by CNN. So the basic information comes from Ukrainian Military Intelligence Services, who relayed the information to the media outlet CNN. So what should we say? It's a plan for a massive deployment of North Korean troops. It's a plan. It's a plan. According to the CNN report, the 30,000 additional soldiers would be to support the Russian war effort in Ukraine. So it should be explicitly stated that this represents a significant potential commitment in the currently occupied territories and involves extensive offensive operations. If this critical development is indeed confirmed and the two involved nations genuinely move forward with this ambitious project, if they ultimately decide to fully implement it, then it unequivocally means that it is completely over for Ukraine. Because, as we said at the beginning of the video conference, Kim Jong-un is deeply resentful. Usually when it comes to Westerners, he doesn't even want to see them. But what's the worst part? The worst part is that these soldiers have fallen. So, he absolutely has to help Russia win the victory. Otherwise, it's not good for you. Yes, he even shed tears himself. We've seen that many soldiers have fallen, but the president doesn't cry, yet he himself shed tears. So the situation is becoming very, very complicated for Ukraine. Will Ukraine make it through? In a few months, the treaty, the agreement that was signed between Ukraine and America may become irrelevant because that agreement will no longer matter, since the rare earths for which or because of which the agreement was signed, good portion of those rare earths have already been taken back by Russia. And the others are still being contested. The fighting is intense in these areas. So, if Ukraine loses these rare earths, first of all, Ukraine as a state will cease to exist because all the countries in the world operate on the basis of, how should we call it, on natural resources. And if, since 1982, Ukraine has refused to exploit the lithium deposit near Kiev, it's because they wanted to set it aside for future generations. There you have it. And now, the plan was to use this ore for the reconstruction of Ukraine. And this ore was part of America's overall exploitation plan now. It's been taken back. And the orders are ongoing. So the situation is becoming very complicated, ladies and gentlemen, especially with North Korea's intervention on Ukrainian soil. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the top international news story. Please share it as much as possible. I'll be back with more news shortly. This was the voice of your one and only samurai.